Hello and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, where I, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, discuss, chat and hypothesize on all things from fatherhood, marriage, comedy and everything else in between. From time to time, there will be special guests, but mostly it's going to be me and some regular contributors, including my main squeeze, Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, aka the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. It is the 8th of July 2023. I'm in my John Hume war room. I am speaking into my microphone. I'm sitting on my chair and I'm looking out my window and I am full of life, not despair. I am full of happiness. I'm full of vitality. I am full of hope. I'm full of excitement and I'm full of shit. But I will be remedying that now shortly. Once I finish talking to you, I'll go to the toilet and then I'll just be empty of shit. Not necessary to be talking about your bowel movements at all, Cornelius, when you're on a podcast. Do you know what? You're conjuring up images there now that people might not be very interested in. You're dead right. You're dead right. So today's podcast, guys, is called 1-2. Okay, this is me. I did this last week as well for the Square Ball podcast. I just gave a little introduction. So I have over 700. I actually have 773, including this particular recordings done on my Zoom box. Okay, now I do not have 773 episodes of my podcast done. I have, let me check, I have 120. This will be the 121st episode. Okay, so why do I have 773 recordings? Sound checks take up a lot of time, and sometimes sound checks are hilarious. Little nuggets of unedited jolts of conversation that never went beyond a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So just for the crack during the week, I went back and I started listening to some of the sound checks. You might think, God almighty, have you got anything to be doing with your fucking life? And the answer to that is, I don't really, you know. So I went back and I had a listen to a few of the sound checks and I went up as far as 369, okay? So I'm gone halfway there and I've got half to go. So this week's episode, right? This week's episode is called 1-2 and it is a selection of sound checks from when I started this podcast way back in the depths of sadness that was known to the world as COVID. And I honestly could not see a future. I couldn't see what I was going to do with my life. I was like, am I ever going to do comedy again? Am I ever going to get the opportunity to stand in front of people and, you know, massage my own ego and tell jokes and tell stories and express myself in an artistic way that fills my cup, and without it I would be fucking empty. All right, and I didn't know if I'd ever get to do that again. And I think when you listen to this podcast, you will see the evolution of how it started and how it's going up to halfway. I'm going to do another one of these episodes before the year is down, but I'm halfway through. I literally could not put in all the fucking sound checks, lads, because sound checks are basically 1-2. So bear with it, okay? This is what I'd say. I said this last week. Stick with this. I've added a little bit of music in the background to try and make it a little bit more palatable. Like loads of guests that I've talked to are in this episode. Ty Hickey, Mike Morgan, Dominic McHale, my son Dylan, the Mine Guy, Conspiracy John, and Sinead Walsh, Colin Murphy, Stephen Mullen, and myself, obviously, and most importantly, the Queen, aka Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan. No, there are guests that I haven't even got to yet that are in the pod or have been on the podcast, and they will get their chance in the sun. But right now, I'm gone up as far as 369, which I've just noticed there, which is very interesting because then I just noticed that there, 369, the Nikola Tesla manifestation technique is 369, where you write something down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. That is a sign from the universe for me to go back to be doing that. And I will take that sign, universe, and I will bring it in, and I will fucking implement it, and I will get back on track with the 369. Life is, for me, if you listen to this podcast, you will know that life for me is a continuous attempt at getting back on track. And I love it. I love it. So anyway, bear with me on this particular podcast. I think it's interesting. Some of it is funny. Some of it is sad. Some of it is repetitive. Some of it is wormholey. Some of it is all of it is the past. And all of it is true. So yeah, I love you guys. Listen and let me know how you get on, and keep listening, and please keep sharing and keep talking about it, and keep rating and reviewing and subscribing. It really, really helps me out. I got a couple of new patrons there during the week as well, a few sign-ups, and there's some exciting news happening with the Patreon as well, but I'm not going to reveal all of that. This is all to come. So if you do like the podcast and you want to support me, but you don't have the financials, that's totally cool. Just fucking like the podcast, share it with your neighbour, knock on the door of your arch enemy and go, come here, we haven't had the best of times over the last few years, but would you like to sit down and have a listen to Conversations with Cornelius with me? I think it'll bring us together, and it'll finally, build a bridge over that troubled water that we had in our past. That's what you should do. That's what I'm telling you to do. Do it. All right. Okay. I'm going to go there now. So I suppose enjoy, sit back, relax, and enjoy Conversation with Cornelius.
No. Okay. So it just moves on. Each time you stop it, it moves to the next number. Right. Okay. Right. That's fine. Now. That's fine now. Grand. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Brilliant. Hello and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, where I, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, discuss, chat. Hello and welcome to my podcast, Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I am Cornelius. Let me tell you a little bit about myself before we get started. I am 43 years old. I am married with 3 children. Dylan Thomas, who is in college. Harvey John, who is 3 and in play school. And finally, Hunter Cornelius, who is 1 and in diapers, aka nappies. We all live together in a big 130-year-old house in North Cork in the countryside. I am, or at least I was, a stand-up comedian. Due to COVID, I am now just a stay-at-home dad-ish. I am happy and oftentimes frustrated with life, but who isn't? And in this podcast, I'm going to be talking about the trials and tribulations of parenthood. I will have a few regular... I'm after kind of fucking up there, small bit. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Cornelius... fuck. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I am Cornelius. Let me tell you a small bit about myself before we get started. Okay, I am 43 years old. I am married to a woman. She's got a vagina and everything, I've checked. I've got 3 kids. She's shaking her head here in front of me. Dylan Thomas, he's 22. He's in college. Harvey John, he's in play school. No, we'll cut that. We cut that. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Conversations with Fuck off. Hello and welcome to the... Just switched up. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I am Cornelius. Let me tell you a small bit about myself before we get started. I'm 43 years old, married, and have 3 children. They are all boys. Dylan Thomas is 22 and in college. Harvey John is 3 and in play school. And finally, Hunter Cornelius is 1 and in diapers, aka nappies. We all live in a big 130-year-old house in North Cork. And it's beautiful. I am, or at least I was, a stand-up comedian before 2020 came along and cut the legs out of that particular industry. I'm happy, but oftentimes frustrated in life. Sure, who isn't? In this podcast, I'm going to be talking about the trials and tribulations of parenthood. I'll have a few regular contributors who you're going to get to know and love, or even despise. My hope is that you'll follow me along in this journey and keep me company all the way. over the years, months, weeks, days, or hours. This might be the first and last. You never know. That was an attempt at a poor joke. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get cracking. In my first episode, I'm sitting down with my wife, Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, where we talk about our life and our humble beginnings. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Cornelius. Hello. Okay, so it is Monday, the 26th of October, 2020. Cornelius here. I'm sitting in my kitchen with the beautiful Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan. And this is our very first podcast. This is my very first podcast. And Noelle, you're my very first guest. What would you like to say?
Hello.
Oh, great start.
Great opener there.
Already, I can see the likes on Facebook exploding.
Boom.
Back of the net. So, yeah. So, look, what I want to talk about really is I want to talk about how, before, this podcast is all about parenting and unique. Hello.
Testing.
Welcome to the podcast, Cornelius. Remember now, your lips must touch the microphone properly.
Balls.
The cock of the microphone. Okay.
It's actually kind of funny.
Okay, let's see how that is. And welcome
Hello and welcome
to the second episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I don't really want to talk like this, so I have to go hello and welcome to the second episode of Conversations with Cornelius, a podcast hosted by me, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. Yeah, what?
I wonder, does it matter that you're coming in on mine as well? Doesn't, because they're recorded together anyway.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, so this is my sound and this is what I am intending to, the tone and the volume that I'm intending to speak at.
Okay, mine will be more undulating. It'll be like, we all have children. We are all doing our very best to keep them alive and guide them through the world till they move out and give us back our freedom so we can go back to nightclubbing and bungee jumping. Okay? All right. Hello and welcome to the second episode of Cornelius. Fucking hell above tonight. You fucking... Hello and welcome to the second... Hello and welcome to the second episode of Conversations with Cornelius, a podcast by me, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, with regular contributors and very special guests with one thing in common. We all have kids, I tell you, children, yeah, you see. And we're all doing our very best to keep them alive and guide them through the world till they move out and give us back our freedom so that we can go back to nightclubbing and bungee jumping. Yeah, that's what I want to go back to. Anyway, in the last episode, let's say episode for just to make it easier. In the last episode, I chatted with my wife, Noelle, where we talked about how we fell in love, all pre-marriage, pre-mortgage, and pre-children. Hello and welcome to the second episode. Hello, everybody. I'm sitting in my Skoda Octavia on the 13th. Start again. So. Hello everybody, how are you all doing? I'm just sitting in my car drinking a coffee with the beautiful Noelle Patricia. How are you, Noelle?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Was your coffee nice?
It was nice to
We also had
coffee out.
Getting out for the boys. We also had donuts.
Yes, very disappointed that they're gone.
You're disappointed that they're gone? I was
Well,
disappointed.
I'm kind of full after.
Yeah.
My
I'm going to
donut.
put the window up here. It was my first time ever having Dunkin' Donuts and I was very dissatisfied.
But I said to you that they were just from the from a shop.
Yeah, I
petrol
suppose
station.
yeah.
So it's not going to be the same as actual Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
But there's still a donut.
Yeah, and I suppose if I am going to be looking for a culinary delight, petrol stations would not be the place to go to anyway in the first place. I got this beautiful toasted sandwich in a petrol station. I've never heard that sentence being uttered before.
True.
Yeah. Do you ever get the donuts in a petrol station? They smell like petrol. Right, okay. This is fucking crap. You've made it to Conversations with Cornelius. It's my podcast. Congratulations. I hope you won't be left disappointed. I hope you won't leave with a wet patch between your legs going, That was so bad that a little urine fell out and moistened the area around my nether regions. I'll never listen to it again. That's my hope. That's my hope for you, that doesn't happen. Yeah. Okay. So my podcast, what's it about? Good question. Thanks for asking. It's about me and a collaboration of people who I find interesting and their thoughts on things as interesting as Gaelic football, or that the world was destroyed 500 or 600 years ago by a massive mud flood and all history is rewritten and everything we know as the truth is indeed a pack of lies. And also hill walking and comedy and parenthood and supplements and nature's gifts and nature's enemies and everything else in between, ladies and gentlemen. If there are even ladies and gentlemen listening, I'm sure there are, because I'd definitely be listening back. So there's at least a gentleman. Well, take the gentle out of it. I'm not that gentle. It's not that I'm rough or anything like that. It's just I plod along the place. You know, a plodder. I don't gently make my way from room to room. I just kind of get up and move according to how much energy I have in me. And right these days, I have a decent amount of energy. I'm trying to look after myself. I'm in my 43rd year. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm not young anymore. I'm not old either. I'm middle-aged, and I'll tell you, the thing about being middle-aged is meh, you know. Meh. You're on the slide. You're halfway. You're 3/4 way down the slide. You know, the initial woo's gone, and now you're kind of it's coming to an. It's still all right. It's coming to an end though, isn't it? Oh no! Look, the bottom of the slide's all wet. Oh Jesus. That's the vibe. 43. But I'm trying to reverse that. Now I'm taking supplements. Flaxseed oil, lion's mane. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Au naturel. That's the vibe with me. I'm sitting in my office. It's a room downstairs, and I'm just talking into this microphone, explaining to you what I'm about. I suppose what I'm about. I'm about nothing. I'm about absolutely nothing. If you're interested in the musings of a confused middle-aged man, and confused is definitely what I am. I mean, I am alive 43 years now, and I noticed there that I really pronounced the TH in 43. Okay, and that is something that I don't know. Did it there again with something? That's a subliminal thing, because I'm Irish and I generally do not pronounce my THs. So that's a good insight into me. Conflicted. One moment I'll think left, the next moment I'll think right. I'm forever trying to get to somewhere that I don't know where it is. And it can be exhausting. But it's also interesting. And as I said, I'm just trying to find out what I want from this podcast is I want a regular outlet that I can come on and kind of just speak as if I'm working things out as I go along. Because I do think, and having conversations with people on topics will certainly do that. So I'm going to say it from the start. If I make any mistakes along the way, they will be genuine mistakes. And I will endeavour always to fix those mistakes. My job, my desire, is to make this podcast interesting, informative, compelling, funny. I want to kind of try and build a community of people, like-minded people who are interested in the same things as I am. And I have a wide and varied I also hope to increase my ability to speak better. Speak better. There you go. I have grand designs on becoming a great orator. So, as you can see, episode 1, I am starting pretty much close to the bottom. 5 minutes in, and I don't know if this is any good. I'll have a listen back. So this is test 71. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cornelius, and this is...
Mark Morgan. Mark Morgan. Does it work? Does it work?
It's working there now. Just kind of talk. Just do a regular, 2 minutes of your... Or do a minute of your set there. Or just something.
Yeah. How's it going? I'm drinking a bottle of Caboose right here. It's good for you, they say. Oh. Does it pick up all that?
I don't know if it picks up all that. 1, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. All right. So this is test 72. My name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. This is my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius. Today I'm speaking with stand-up comedian, friend, entrepreneur, and unfortunately for him, Liverpool fan, Mike Morgan. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Con. How's it going? How are you?
I am good. Any news?
No, fuck all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week when we're doing the exact same with someone else. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Conversations with Cornelius. Today I'm speaking with stand-up comedian, entrepreneur, Liverpool fan, Mr. Mike Morgan. Hello, Mike.
How's it going, Con? How are you? I'm very happy to be here. I hope my sound is okay this time, because this is the level I will be talking.
Let's listen. Hello, this is Conversations with Cornelius. This is a test 74. And today we're speaking with Mr. Mike Morgan. Hello, Mike.
How's it going, Con? I'm very happy to be here. I hope the sound is okay when I talk like this and when I walk like this.
Okay, let's check. Welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. This is Cornelius. And how are y'all doing today? We're talking to stand-up comedian, entrepreneur, Liverpool. Thought you said you were going to
be brilliant.
yeah, it's going to be great, man. It already is great. How are you?
Have we started?
Yeah, it started, man.
No, go again. I thought you were only testing.
Hello, and what number is this? Yeah, 76. Okay, stop that. Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, with me, Cornelius, as the host, I suppose. You're hosting your own podcast now, Con, are you? I am, yeah. Do you think you're a big old fucking big man, do you? Yeah, I'm overweight, alright, yeah. Anyway, this is going to be called Conversations with Cornelius. I'm Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and this is the beginning of a new adventure for me. I tried to do a podcast a couple of years ago, and I stopped after 3 episodes because I didn't have the right equipment and I couldn't get the sound right. So I went away and I bought the right equipment with the intention of doing a full year of podcasts, 52 podcasts. That's my aim. That's what I want to achieve. All the podcasts are recorded live and they will be unedited. So apologies in advance if I offend you or if somebody says something in the heat of battle, but otherwise would reword it on closer inspection. There's going to be no editing. Conversations aren't edited anyway, so yeah, that's it. Why are you doing the podcast, Cornelius? Why are you doing it? Doesn't the world have enough middle-aged white men? Good question, and very well put as well. There's no need to shout. We are, after all, the same person. Why am I doing this podcast? I think I'm doing this podcast to help save humanity, and also because there are no stand-up gigs, and I have nothing to do because I'm at home all the time, and I feel I need to do something. So this is what I'm doing. I am joining a bevy of middle-aged white men around the world and inflicting what is in my head upon your ears, if indeed you do have ears. Shout out to anyone who doesn't have ears that's listening in. It can't be easy. What are you looking to achieve by doing this podcast, Cornelius? I said, listen, there is no need to shout. You are me. We've been over this, you know. What am I looking to achieve? What I really want to achieve with this podcast is global fame, riches, and just kind of, I'd love a sauna. Oh, Jesus Christ. Can you imagine having a sauna in your house? That for me is decadent. Get up in the morning, bollock naked, walk across a veranda, see a herd of wildebeest prancing outside my bedroom as I make my way into my sauna. Fucking, I'd love a sauna. Shout out to anyone who has a sauna, you lucky bastard. Or bitch. I don't discriminate on this particular podcast. Bastards and bitches are welcome. What am I trying to achieve? I'd like to, consistency is something that I'd like to do. I'd like to achieve, just to make that 50, do those 52 episodes. I'd be happy enough for that. I'm also looking for happiness. Sure, who isn't? Yearning for happiness. And I also think that this is a great vehicle for me to be creative on a weekly basis. Even if the creativity is questionable, it's still keeping the mind creative, because you have to do a little bit of planning. I said earlier on that all these podcasts are going to be live. So when I was looking into it, I was thinking to myself, will I learn how to edit? And that seemed like a lot of work. I'm going to be honest. Editing seems like a lot of work. So I was like, nah, I'll just do it live. And I'll just say up front that, having a kind of a beautiful speech, an eloquent speech about how I wanted the podcast to be authentic, when really I just don't want to learn how to edit. That's the facts of it, you know. So if you listened earlier on and you thought, God, this guy's going to save humanity, you're a fucking idiot. That's what you are. You're a fucking idiot. I take that back, of course, because without you, then I'm a fucking idiot. You know, just talking into a microphone in a room by myself to nobody. Who's the fucking idiot now, Cornelius? But creativity. Something to do that's creative. I don't know if, we'll see. We'll keep an eye out for it, you know. As of yesterday, we're in our third lockdown, and I'm trying to get my fucking head around that, to be totally honest. The first lockdown, I spent most of the time just kind of getting into like fist fights with my two kids, my two toddlers. Got 3 kids actually, but that's a story for another day. But I have 2 that are living with me at the moment, and the other fella's welcome to live with me if he wants that, but I don't think he wants that. He's 22. Just trying to get into fights with those motherfuckers. Hello and welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. This is Cornelius. This is my podcast. And this is about the 50th time that I have tried to start this particular podcast. So welcome to the 50th attempt. I hope you're well. I hope you're listening. Hello. Hello and welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. You're very welcome, whoever you are. Potentially the only person listening to this is me in about 2 days' time. Wondering if there's something wrong with the views, that there's no viewers. So I'm going on to watch it myself, only to realise, yes, I'm the only one listening to my podcast. Hey, do you get any listeners on your podcast, Cornelius?
I sure did. I got one.
Oh yeah, who was it? It was us. Oh. Anyway, this is a podcast, lads. How are you doing? I presume anybody that is listening to this has been driven here via my social media push. I've been pushing the shit out of it on Instagram, and Twitter and Facebook, and so the first one is always going, I'm expecting 10 views. 10 up to 10. Well, I'd love to get into the double digits. So, 8 or 9 will be acceptable, but I'm expecting 10. So far, Cornelius, this is going down like a lead balloon. Why are you doing a podcast? Why are you doing a podcast? Hasn't the world got enough middle-aged white men? I'm confused. Why? And what is your hope for this podcast? Can you explain that to me? Just so I can understand it a little bit better. Well, you pose a great question, Cornelius, and I think it's the way. I think it was the tone of your voice as well. That's 1 2 1 2. Graham Dwyer. So you just talking your normal tone there now?
Okay, I'm talking my normal tone there now.
Yeah, you don't really go much louder than that anyway, I'd say. But
No.
give me a loud one anyway.
I'm very excited.
All right, okay. 8 seems to be the sweet number for my microphone. 8 seems to be the sweet number for my microphone, and I think 6 is the sweet number for the other microphone. A 6, the sweet mic. How does 6 sound here? Sounds okay to me. Hi, 6. How you doing, 6? You sexy 6? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of Cornelius is a Gas Man. Here is my host, the fantastic vagina fairy face, Noel Patricia O'Sullivan.
Sorry, what?
Talk there now, small bit.
How is your penis?
Oh, it's hanging in between my legs. It hasn't been up to much work at all in the last while, as you well know.
And whose fault is that then, Cornelius
Well, I
Patrick
definitely
O'Sullivan?
think it's a little bit of my fault, but I actually think you're trying to rub it all off on me when you're not the horniest bure in the world yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm not. That would be true, I suppose. I'm just trying to practice now with holding my mic in the correct position and having it in the same position at all times, just below my lip.
Just below your lip.
My lip.
Lip.
How is my lip? This is
La, la, la,
probably
la, la.
my
I
most
love this.
natural tone. As a whole, afterwards, me whole.
Me whole. So I actually think this is a sweet number. I think 7 and 5 is a sweet number. Okay, so I'm going to start again. Hello, my name is Cornelius, and this is my podcast. And today I have the fantastic Noel Patricia O'Sullivan with us. Hi, Noel.
You never introduced my nostrils.
And she also has 2 nostrils the size of caves, the Mitchellstown caves. They
Do you
won't.
like them?
Yeah. You need to talk.
I'm talking now. Sorry. I'm talking now. I promise I'm talking. I'm just preparing for the actual.
But the sound check, you
episode.
need to talk.
I know, but I'm like prepping.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
All right. Are you?
Happy days. Cornelius, how are things, boy? How's the form?
Let's do a test here. 99. My name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and this is volume 6.
This is a sound check.
I think that's very loud for you now, but just to talk there now as if you're just saying a sentence.
Okay, Cornelius, how is the form? How are you getting on, lad? How is the foot?
Okay, it's grand. All right, I'm good, so give me your thing there.
Yeah, so this is the next third microphone check.
You
So
keep talking there now.
this is
keep
me.
talking.
Keep
okay.
talking. I'm
right.
just looking at your notes there.
That's my notes there.
Are you going to refer to me as the mine guy?
I will refer to you as the mind guy, and
Lovely.
I won't mention that you're into arts and crafts at all.
Okay, even though that's one of my main passions in life.
One of your main passions is arts and crafts?
Arts and crafts, yeah.
Oh, all right, okay. That is, just keep talking there now a second.
Yeah, so this is, Jesus, what could I talk about now? There's a
I don't
piano
know.
box in front of me.
The piano box in front of you, you say?
I was listening to music yesterday. The music
What
was
type of
quite
music?
nice.
I'm just talking at the same time now because I want to try and see what the volumes are.
Yeah.
So just keep talking.
That's grand, yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
the
no
music
bother.
was quite nice.
Was it?
Yeah, no, I don't know what
do
it
you
was.
like music?
I remember talking to Richie Gere. Richie Gere told me he didn't like any music at
No,
all.
doesn't like music.
No music.
Never
I
got
said,
into it.
"Is any sort of music, Richie? No music.
No,
I
just
couldn't believe
can't
it.
abide it.
So, I've never heard that before. Have you heard that? Somebody?
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's the main thing. Let's put up the window there now as well. Testing 1 2, 3. My name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and this is my podcast called Conversations, and this is Conspiracy John. Hi, John.
Hey Cornelius, how you getting on?
Very good, John. How are you getting on?
I'm fantastic. I'm Johnny Two Shoes, Johnny Two Shoes.
So say something like, give me a sentence in low, medium, and high.
So this is low, this is medium, and this will be high.
Okay, that's great. One. No, I gotta stop that.
Mike.
So, when apparently, right, when you're, I'm going to check out. This is recording now, right? So you feel free to entertain me.
I think you're missing a trick here as well. I think you should do one podcast with me and Dom.
Okay.
One podcast with Dom, and one podcast with me.
Not all today, though.
Yeah, we won't be able to do them today.
Oh, not today. Oh, no.
No.
Not today.
I also think you're missing a trick by not calling it conversations with two ends. But I've made my feelings on that clear.
Well, I'll tell you now, Dom. It's very interesting that you should say that, right? Because I'm going to stop. Hello and welcome back to Conversations with Cornelius. I am your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. Hello, everybody.
Boo.
Hey.
I don't want to do it.
Get your leg off me.
Okay. This podcast has been brutally interrupted by today's guests. I've sat them down. I've had a conversation with them. What's going to happen?
Sorry, can I stop you there, Con, straight away? You haven't sat us down.
Okay, you sat
We've
down.
sat down of our own volition, mate.
Okay,
and I'm
well,
sorry to start the podcast on such an aggressive tone, but like,
So basically, everything that I've been saying there for
Here
the
we
last
go.
6 or 7 minutes,
Not
that's
for Jerry Springer.
gone. That's gone straight away. I had a beautiful kind of conversation lined up about how my name, is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. How I had a conversation with my grandfather one day in hospital, and how I should embrace that name. And now it's just gone. It's.
But what do you mean you had it lined up? Like you've now just told us it's.
Line
Well,
it
I-
up again.
I can't line it up
Put
again.
it back in again and
I
line
start.
it up.
Okay, all right. Okay, one second. Hello and welcome to Conversations with Cornelius.
Woo!
No, start it again.
Okay.
Start the whole
All right.
thing again.
Okay. All right.
This is it now.
Okay.
Do you want us to sit down?
You're sitting down.
Okay.
The two of you.
Okay.
You can stand up if you want to.
Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Start it again because I didn't know it was on.
You
Okay.
didn't. But I told you I was starting it.
Yeah, but I was texting someone.
No.
All right. Jesus. All right. Okay. Just gotta-
Bangers.
Bangers and mash.
You were. So we're okay. I'm going to start again. We're a minute and 37 in, and this is the podcast. There's no going to be they're
There's
just
not
going to have to
gonna
put
be-
up with it.
Okay.
They're going to have to put up with it.
Well, I'm going to try and be professional, unlike some people. So,
Who are you referring?
Tyke.
Me.
Tyke.
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of struggling to open some pineapple juice.
Yeah.
This is a bullying podcast,
That's
is
true.
it?
Yeah.
Then
This is supposed to be a safe place, Tom. To be honest.
yeah,
bullying
I'm just getting bullied on
podcast.
both sides
Yeah.
here by
How am I bullying you?
two supposed good friends because you're like, oh, I was trying to bring in a story about Grandpa. You keep ruining it. So, bully boys.
Maybe we should call
Hello.
your podcast the Bully Boys podcast.
The Bully Boys
Con.
podcast.
I'd urge you to start it again, but it's not my podcast.
I'm going to start. Take a drink of that. Take a drink of it.
Again, he's telling you what you can and can't do.
Sit
I've,
down.
I've sat the boys down. I'm giving them permission to drink their pineapple juice. Unacceptable.
It's like wartime stuff.
This is a
boy.
tyrannical podcast.
Wartime stuff.
This
boy.
is the this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. I am your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. Yeah. Fuck this. I'm not going to do that part now. I'm going to just give you your intro, okay? Because to be honest, I was hoping that I was going to be talking for about 3 minutes anyway. So
So you're pretty much bang
yeah.
on. Yeah.
So I'm like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. I'm going to introduce you. Is that all right?
That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
You up for?
And will you let us know when you're starting the recording?
I think you'd be well within your rights to start it once more. Well within your
I'll-
rights.
Will I give it one more go?
Yeah.
Give it one more go. All right, okay. I am confident about this one. Welcome back to Conversations with Cornelius.
Woo!
No, don't do that.
Okay.
because- yeah, he's trying to.
That's really that
we
puts-
need to get it clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Can we?
I am
quiet,
actually
please?
not going to do it anymore after this. This
Okay.
is the last.
This
go.
is it. This
But
is
I
it.
think this should be both the last and the first, if you know what I mean.
This
I
is
have
it.
no idea what you mean.
I
well-
let it out the first bit for you. Like it should start now. I
For
think.
how much?
You're my first, my last, and my everything
20.
€20. Take it out the last bit of it.
kg
per month.
I don't have that kind of coin. Lad.
20 kg per month.
I'll sort that out for you for free, mate.
You'll do it for free.
I let it out all that rubbish.
But 20
myself
kg
for
of
free.
what?
Potatoes.
Oh.
You want me to pay you 20 kg in potatoes to edit my podcast?
Roosters.
If it's Roosters, you've a deal.
Roosters.
Oh,
No.
Curse Pink.
No.
Are we allowed to say brands on the podcast, Con?
You can, yeah.
Like, is Curse Pink a brand, though? I don't think it's a brand. Okay.
Come on in.
Try count us in.
Podcast?
You better put your microphone up.
I
to your-
can't wait
to
for
your
this
mouth.
podcast
Oh, I
to
haven't had
start.
my podcast. I haven't had
Are
my
your
mic up
mics
to
on,
my-
actually, as a matter of interest?
Correct. Oh, no.
I don't know. It might have been.
I know, it had to be on, sure. We did
Yeah, it
we
was
did-
on, unless you pressed the button during the...
Yeah.
Okay.
That was for comic relief.
Okay,
We're
I'm
actually-
really looking forward to this podcast.
Well, I can't wait to get into it.
It's another 4 minutes.
And so I'm just gonna introduce you, lads.
Yeah,
because
perfect,
we're gonna.
perfect,
That's a
perfect.
great intro.
Delete all that now, though.
Would you?
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't have any of that in at all, no?
None of that.
It's too messy, I think.
Yeah. So let's start
Oh,
now.
and I love that.
But we
But
have the right energy, so let's start
Yeah.
now.
So this is a test. Loosen you out, fucking loosey goose. That sounds high to me now. That looks high to me. 1 2 2 2 2 2. Hello, my name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and this is my podcast, and this is Bernard Casey.
Hello.
Talking to it there. This is a sound check.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the road dog Jesse James, the badass Billy Gunn, the new age outlaws.
Okay. Hello, this is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and welcome to my podcast. This is Bernard Casey.
Talk on love jag sticks a tig, sticks a tig, sticks a tig. Talk on love jag sticks a tig, ta sig crust of all.
So I'm here today with full forward for Lav, Bernard Casey. He transferred from West Ham. He was playing football in the Premier League last week, and he took an LSD tab at the weekend, and now he's moved over here and he's playing full forward for Lav. How'd you get on today, Bernard?
It was alright, you know, and the new gaffer came over from Tyrone, Mickey Hart, and it was he the guy that went for Eurovision like maybe 17 or 18?
We've got the world tonight.
Yeah, is that the same guy?
We got the world.
Yeah.
That song?
Yeah, that guy. Is he
Different
the guy?
fella.
Oh, different fella.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, well, this guy anyway, he's fucking really religious, mate.
Yeah.
Prayers and everything. Like,
He likes God.
I was playing against Newcastle on a Friday, and then we went out.
So this is a sound test for this particular podcast that is called Flow. My name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and this is...
Conversations with Cornelius. Now I'll keep on talking.
Dude.
I'm really excited to be here, Cornelius. It's a fantastic, wonderful wet day here in Marshmallow Land.
Go on, keep going.
Keep on going there. We're going to talk about some affirmations, law of attraction. We're going to
Do a 1-2 into it there.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1
Okay.
2 1 2.
1 2 1 2. So this is the second sound check. 1 2 1 2. Hello, how are you, John? How's the form?
Fantastic, Con. How's your form?
Great, not too bad. I think your sound is good there. Do just do a 1 2 testing.
Excellent day. 1 2 1 2 testing. 1 2.
Brilliant. The sound check. So, hello there, everybody. This is Cornelius. This is a sound check. Tiger,
He's cutting cheese.
cutting cheese. A few more sentences.
Okay, no problem. So I was born like in I would say the tough side of the tracks.
Okay, that's good enough. Damanark.
Kilmeaden is not just the fillet of cheddar, it's the fillet
Cheetah.
of cheese.
Fillet of cheese. Okay, I think that's actually good. I think all of 1 2 1 2 1 2. Is your microphone on? Now it's on. Yes. Okay, fantastic.
This is on.
So do a 1 2 for me,
1 2 1 2 1 2.
and I shall also do a 1 2 1 2. You the fuck you 1 2. Go and shove it up your.
I said
hole.
the hip hop, the hip, the hip, the hip, hip hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang.
All right. Hello, this is a test for episode 17, The Queen and I. This is Cornelius. 1 2 1 2. Okay, now-
3 4
yeah.
5 6.
And do a few sentences.
No, I don't think I'll bother, Con.
Okay.
Actually, I
And
don't
when you're
give
talking,
a shit.
make sure your thing is.
I don't give a shit. I'm the queen
dear.
of the podcast.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Okay, Connie.
Okay. I can see it in your 1 2. Buckle my shoe. Buckle my shoe. My shoe is buckled. Hello, this is Cornelius, and this is a sound check. 1 2. Buckle my dick. Go on, your go.
1 2 1 2 1 2 sound check 1 2.
I might have to bring you up a small bit,
Alright.
but let's listen first of all. 1, 2. All right, do a little bit of talking there. Do 1, 2s and stuff.
Alright, what's the fucking story? Lovely stuff there if you're looking. Alright. Actually, I'll talk like I'm gonna talk. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is me. We're here in Killavullen.
Go on again.
Oh, Killavullen. Yeah, here we are in Cork, my soul home. Glad to be back, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
So unsure.
All right. So just say it. Just do a sentence there. Do a few sentences. I just want to see what because there's no point in doing this and just zombie shit. Like, so just say something there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's good. Get it done.
And get it done, Sinead.
Be happy and fast.
Be happy and fast. Okay, yeah. Today is the 27th of April. It's a Tuesday. It is, I don't know what time it is. It's late enough. I was just about to go to bed. And sorry now for belching. But I've been a naughty boy. I've had a Kentucky tonight. I went for a Kentucky. I got a lovely little margarita pizza. Doughy, chewy, cloggy pizza. And I got a little small chips with cheese. I don't know why I'm saying little, because little had nothing to do with the amount of chips that I got. So I got a bag of chips with cheese, chips and cheese, and salt and vinegar. Like, just a fucking heart attack in a bag, really. But I got my sister chips, and I got my wife chips and a burger, and I kind of used them as an excuse. Do you ever do that when you're buying when you're buying a Kentucky, when you're buying a takeaway? You're just going, well, do you want to get something? Do you want to? Are you hungry? And they're like, no, not really. Chips would be nice though. No, I'm kind of. Yeah, but like, sure, I'll run in for them there. Like, would you want a burger? Do you want a burger? Do you want chicken nuggets? You just wear them down. You wear them down. Although my sister Neve doesn't need any wearing down. Do you want a Kentucky? Yeah. She'll just take whatever. She's a fucking savage, that one. Do you know? But today was weird. Today was kind of a weird one. I'm definitely going through a kind of a weird period. I'm in my mid-40s, and I don't know if I'm kind of having a midlife crisis or a midlife identity crisis, or a midlife. I'm certainly not light in the middle anyway. Heavy light, heavy if anything, heavy weight is what I would say. Is if I was to put a phrase on it, heavy weight. But definitely not trying too hard now, because we did get a Kentucky tonight. So trying again tomorrow is the phrase that I'll use here. But what did I do today now? So I tried to do a bit of work, tried to do a bit of writing. Fuck all came out. Very little came out. So I abandoned that. I did a little bit of reading. I got bored of that. Then I went on a walk then today. I've got this walk right across the road into the Nano Nagle Centre. Beautiful, serene walk. And I've encountered a lot of people on the walk over the last couple of years that are regulars, and there's this woman that I meet from time to time, and we've been chatting. She's a woman in her late 70s, and she's quite fit. Obviously during COVID has been extremely precautious, but she's a creature of habit, and I've met her on my walk from time to time, and today I met her again. And the last time when I bumped into her, she asked me to call to her house, and she was going to show me where she had planted some vegetables, and I was to call, and I was to take away some potatoes and to take away some onions that she had kindly offered, and I had kindly accepted. However, I never called, and I never called because I got carried away with work that had to be done here in the garden. And then one thing led to another, and I actually forgot to call. So as I was walking on my route this morning, on my Nano Nagle spiritual walk, I could see this woman coming against me, and there's no way of turning back. So I had to walk towards her, and she had to walk towards me, and we had this rendezvous planned. And I had said, yeah, I'll definitely call. No, I'm really keen. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I found myself inventing a lie straight away. I was like, oh, just tell her you had a COVID test. Just tell her that the family were sick, and someone had died, and you had to bury your grandfather's Timmy, and even my grandfather. My grandfather's names were Paddy and Cornelius. I don't even know where I came up with Timmy, but like all these instantaneous thoughts to get out of an embarrassing situation. But by the time I had gotten to her, I had decided that was a ridiculous thing to do, and just to tell the woman the truth that I had forgotten, basically, and that I had got carried away with a bit of work, and then I had forgotten. So I did. And the truth, did you ever watch that movie? What is it about your man? Andy Dufresne, he gets sent away for prison for killing his wife, but he didn't do it. And what's the name of the guy? Red, played by Morgan Freeman, and he has a saying. What's the name of the movie? I can't think of the name of the movie, but the saying in the movie is the truth the Shawshank Redemption is the name of the movie, and the name and the phrase and the sentence is the truth will set you free. So by the time I got up to her, I said, come here. I'm just going to call her Mary for the purposes of this podcast. Come here, Mary. I'm terribly sorry I never made it down to your house for the free onions and the free potatoes that you were offering me. I'm incredibly embarrassed about it. But I kind of got caught up with a little bit of work at home, and then I forgot. And she said to me, sure, that happens to the best of us. And then we fell into a conversation for about 40 minutes about gardening. No, I'm not a gardener. I don't do much gardening. I have a large garden here at home. We bought our house a couple of years ago, and it needs a lot of work, and I'm only starting to get into it now. But after talking to Mary, I came away uplifted. I came away with kind of a renewed vigor, a little bit of a spring in my step, and I was like, this woman is in her 70s and she talks about gardening in a spiritual, uplifting way that has nothing to do with, like as she said to me today, and I thought it was really beautiful, she said, the produce that I create and the flowers that bloom in my garden are only a mere added extra to the enjoyment that I get from toiling in my garden and having my hands deep into the dirt. And I was like, it's so true. It's so true, because I've been doing a small bit, and I can tell you straight up, I'm not a gardener at all. But it is something that I'm going to definitely delve into, because there is something spiritual, there is something beautiful, there is something organic, there is something naturalistic about it. And so that conversation sent me sideways then for the whole day, and I felt like I was in that conversation all day, even though I was in several other conversations with different people. But that was the one that resonated and vibed high with me. So yeah, okay, I'm off to bed. Good night.
Welcome to the Square Ball Podcast. My name is Bernard Casey.
And I am Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan.
And we're stone mad for the GAA. I'm from Kerry, the home of football.
What about Dublin?
Shut up.
I'm from Cork, the home of hurling.
Who haven't won it since 2005.
Yeah, but this is our year, like.
We're just two normal GAA fans.
And I don't know what my next sentence is.
Who are very passionate about hurling.
Who are extremely passionate about hurling and football.
So sit back, relax,
and enjoy the Square Ball Podcast. Yeah. So.
Welcome to the Square Ball Podcast. My name is Bernard Casey.
And my name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan.
And we're stone mad for the GAA. I'm from Kerry, the home of football.
What about Dublin?
Shut up.
And I'm from Cork, the home of hurling.
Who haven't won it since 2005.
Yeah, but it's definitely our year this year.
We're just two normal GAA fans.
Who are very passionate about hurling and football.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy
the Square Ball Podcast. So that's about 25 seconds.
Welcome to the Square Ball Podcast. My name is Bernard Casey.
And I'm Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan.
And we're stone mad for the GAA. I'm from Kerry, the home of football.
What about Dublin?
Shut up.
Well, I'm from Cork, the home of hurling.
Well, I haven't won it since 2005.
Yeah, it's definitely our year.
We're just two normal GAA fans.
who are very passionate about hurling and football.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy
The Square Ball Podcast. Just
So,
to get our time.
welcome to the Square Ball Podcast. My name is Bernard Casey.
And my name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan.
And we're stone mad for the GAA. I'm from Kerry, the home of football.
What about Dublin?
Shut up.
And I'm from Cork, the home of hurling.
Who haven't won it since 2005.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but this is our year.
Yeah, yeah, but it is our year. Right, okay, sorry.
Welcome to the Square Ball Podcast. My name is Bernard Casey.
And my name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan.
And
we're
stone mad for the GAA. I'm from Kerry, the home of football.
What about Dublin?
Shut up.
I'm from Cork, the home of hurling.
Who haven't won it since 2005.
Yeah, it's definitely our year this year.
We're just two normal GAA fans.
Who are passionate about hurling and football.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy
The
Square Ball Podcast.
So we're testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan here in Clonakilty, Wetfish.
Testing. This is Colin Murphy in Clonakilty. Feeling good, ready to do the podcast.
On 1 2, 1 2. Buckle my shoe.
1 2. Like on, you could if I wronged you in later life
Yeah.
and you had that recording, you could destroy me.
Sure.
Wow.
I know, I suppose, yeah, but fuck,
Wow.
I'd never do it. 1 2, 1 2, 2. 1 2. I'm sure we come to some sort of a financial agreement, like, do you know what I mean? Dom, will you just do a 1 2 in there because I'm just doing
Do a 1 2, Dom.
Con, why do I get the dud mic again? You two have nice pop shields or
my
what? No, I'm
gosh.
not asking for it.
Vicky,
I'm not asking for it.
Such a fucking Vicky lately.
But I'm just wondering, why am I
1
getting
2.
the special treatment in a bad way?
1 2, 1 2. Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, how you doing?
1 2 1 2. Johnny Two Shoes coming true.
1 2. Buckle my shoe.
3 4. What was after 3 4 actually?
Knock on the door.
Knock at the door. 5 6. Give me some sticks. Yeah.
1 2. Buckle my shoe.
3 4. Grab me some sticks. Oh, so I'm gone now.
No. 1 2.
All right, I'm still going.
So say 1 2 there.
1 2 3 4.
Go on.
That's all I have. Candles.
Anything else?
Candlestick.
Candlestick.
Candlestick. Yeah, it's a good word.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 1 2. Candlestick.
Yeah.
So could you say 1 2 candlestick?
1 2 candlestick. Poems we did for Leaving Cert.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cornelius, and this is a test. Woo, yeah.
1 2 3 4. Coming up in today's show, we've got a great panel of guests featuring
Keno.
Robbie Keane.
Oh, yuck.
Robert Keane.
Roy Keno.
We had a guy do that in the train before.
Robbie Keane.
No, we were on our way up to Dublin.
1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
The whole carriage was chanting at him, going, Keno.
We'll say if that's all right with everybody.
So there was a game called Brazilivants, and it was a bit like Hungry Hippos, except that they're glazed donuts that you're trying to pick up using a prosthetic trunk. A prosthetic trunk.
And what was the name of the game?
Sonny O'Sullivan.
Brazilivants.
Brazilivants. I'm a little bit loud.
The Magnificence.
We'll say if that's all right with everybody.
So there was a game called Brazilivants, and it was a bit like Hungry Hippos, except that they're glazed donuts that you're trying to pick up using a prosthetic trunk. A prosthetic trunk.
And what was the name of the game?
Sonny O'Sullivan.
Brazilivants.
Brazilivants. I'm a little bit loud.
The Magnificence.
Yeah, no.
1 2 1 2 1 2. I see that I have gotten a non-dud mic this week, which
You've
is
got a
great.
good
I've
mic
got a
this
nice
week.
pop shield.
A little pop shield. Testing 1 2 3. Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. Really cool, tall, calculating tin of Coke. So have you turned on your mic there?
I think it is on. It says on.
Okay. No, on is up, I'd say. Talk into it there now.
Hello, is this microphone working?
Yeah, it is definitely working.
That's great. So
say something.
hello, I'm the mine guy. She's a very interesting character.
Right. No. If you could say, we'll say it like truthfully because it actually picks up on
Okay.
bullshit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So did it just go off there? Was it just a beep beep?
no,
beep?
it's still on.
Okay.
That beep beep was in your own mind.
Okay. So that was my bullshit detector.
Go on. So yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Do 1 2. Do 1 2 3.
1 2 3. 1 2 1 2. This is where I'll approximately have my mic. How's that sounding to you?
Don't say anything now for a second. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, I want you to do the same now.
1, 2, 1, 2. Comedy Con, how are you?
Do it again.
Comedy Con, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2. Talk at the same time there now. Hi,
I'm
how's it
talking
going?
to you now.
Yeah, okay.
How's your penis?
This is the microphone test. That'll be extremely cumbersome for the next 40 minutes, but here we are.
All right. Dill.
Just looking forward to doing the podcast again, to be honest, for the 4th time.
Okay. See, I think I'm very loud. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mike, can you do a 1, 2?
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2. Just go again, Mike.
Hello, how are we doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. You're doing fine. Me.
Yep. Héana dó trí cahar cúig sé seachtach néide, and I think it's a great day.
It is a great day. This podcast has been rudely interrupted by my 2.5-year-old who frankly doesn't give a toss about podcasts in any way, shape or form. We will expect you to continue to listen though, because we will be back very soon. Thank you and good evening or good night. I'm not really sure what time you're listening to this. This podcast has been interrupted by a 2.5-year-old who's crying his heart out upstairs due to the fact that his father forgot to turn on the monitor. His wife has gone up to tend to the said child, and he is now cowering behind the couch, afraid of getting a flake when Noel arrives in. Please do not adjust the sound on your wireless. We will be back very, very soon. I'll be covered in black and blue marks. Thank you.
2.
1, 2.
We should do a live on stage podcast someday.
1, 2.
1.
Jedna szklaninska wody prostimcie.
You don't have earphones, you know?
I don't have earphones now. I
Well,
don't use earphones, mate. I never got into the whole earphone scene.
I just want to be the same volume as you.
You
That's
don't.
grand.
1,
1, 2,
2.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Looks grand, doesn't it?
I think it looks grand. Would you have earphones in now when you're doing this?
Gus Sullivan.
My name is Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and you are?
Noel Patricia O'Sullivan.
Are you? Okay, great.
Nee Murphy.
Nee
You
Murphy.
say yourself.
Nee Muraku.
Nee Muraku.
And how's your belly for a lodger?
I'm alright for a lodger in my belly, thanks.
All right, okay.